To get started with the Virtual Scholar Support app, you will need to go to the website vniax.glideapp.io, and then you can add the app to your phone. Hey, Virtual Scholars team, I just wanted to give you a quick preview of the Issue Tracker mobile app that I've developed for us. And if you want to follow along with me on the screen here, I'll show you what's up. Well, first, let's look at how to add an issue. So up here on the top right, there's that plus button. So if you click that, you can see here that there is a way to title your issue, put in the school program, type in what kind of issue it is, the equipment description, upload a screenshot or a picture that you've taken with your phone. You can describe the symptoms of the problem in detail here, what has been done to troubleshoot the problem, the ID tag of the device, the Virtual Scholars tag, and also the IT asset tag. And if it applies, I'll also put the browser that's being used. And you can click Add after the required parts are filled, but please do your best to try and troubleshoot the issue and give me as many details as you can of things that you've already tried. The first page on this app is called Your Issues, and anytime you create an issue, that issue will show up on this page according to your email address. So if you're logged into the app with your email, you'll see a list of issues, and you can see that there's like a red circle, and that means that it has not been resolved. You'll see some other information like the title of the issue that you gave it, the location of where the issue was at, and how long ago it was reported. And then if it has the green check mark, that means that it's been resolved. And there's a couple differences between these two on the inside. So let's click on one and check it out. On the inside, you'll see that there's the title again, location, a phone number. If you gave it a description of what was wrong, that'll be there. And then there's a resolution also that might have been added before the issue's been resolved, which is sort of a progression of what steps might need to be taken to finish fix the problem. And you also have an opportunity to say what you've done to troubleshoot the problem so that I can follow up where you may have left off. Also, there's an equipment description, which is really important for our data to know what kind of devices are having the most problems. And our timestamp, there's an email address if you want a quick link to send me a message. And it'll also say who the issue is assigned to, which there's my name right there, and also if there's a follow-up on who needs to respond next, it'll have that email address there. And then some just additional information here, the tag of the device if that's necessary. And then at the very bottom there's a checkbox that you can click to say whether or not the issue's been resolved. And on the top of this is a little pencil where you can click and you can actually edit most of these items if you want to update information. So feel free to update information if you need to by clicking that. And we can go back and we can click to this one that's checked. You can see the checkbox means that it has been resolved. And one of the differences is you'll see this how it was resolved. And this particular issue is pretty simple, so it didn't require a lot of work there. So that's the issues part. And then you have location, and this is mostly for me to take a look at, but you can see here there's all the different locations that we have for Virtual Scholars, and you might even notice some extra ones in the future, including middle schools. But for now, let's look at Benson High School. You can see there's a map there, phone number, just regular information, what periods, which staff members are at that location, which these are clickable to look at information on those two staff. And then at the very bottom, you'll see a list of all the school issues rather than just your issues. And you can see we have a handful of laptops with battery issues and a bunch of other stuff that's already been completed. So a lot of issues there. So that's really useful for me when I'm at a site. I can just quickly look up all the school issues in that location and check through them to see if there's anything I can do. The next one is the staff list, and you can see here we've got all the staff members, and if we click on one of them, say Elizabeth, we can see that she has a phone number, email. I can see what locations that she's at, and I can see that there's a few issues that are assigned to this person, and that there are a few issues that they have submitted, like those battery issues that we saw at Benson. And if we want to, we can edit this profile if necessary. There's, if you have a phone number change or a role or sites, you can change that information there. You can even change the link to your picture. So if you want to change your picture, something else, you can change that there. So lastly, is the help menu on the far right, and you can see that there's a bunch of different options here that will maybe be a quick reference for you. And if you need a link to report a new issue, that's available there. The password self-service link is there. A link to all the different tools that we use to keep track of equipment is available here. The internet bandwidth test link is available here. A link to my other app called Wishers EdTech is available here as well if you want to use that as a resource. And there's a little introduction on how this whole thing works. Lastly, I want to show you is the little dashboard option here. So this I'm still working on, but you can click on it and you can see sort of a list of all the hardware issues or all the issues that are available and how many total there are. So this is more of an admin tool, but I'm working on fine tuning it so that way it provides Dion and I more information about the issues that are going on at schools and recognizing where we need to focus our attention. And so that's the first half of this video. If you want to skip the second half of the video, that's fine. Second half video, I'm going to quickly go over the IT support spreadsheet. So I want to show you that dashboard really quick. So all that information that you put in falls into this dashboard here. And you can see we have a list of issue types, how many there are, the equipment types, and how many they are. And those are just put out into a little pie graph here that that we can visually see where the issues are in the school. And over here we have the case number for all the issues, and we can see data that I've entered in, such as what the resolution was, who is assigned to, if it was resolved by you or me, how it was resolved, and then we have a trigger that uses Formule to send an email notification saying that the issue's been resolved, and that goes to all the stakeholders. And then over here you can see we have all this data on that you've entered in, and the pictures and the Formule data at the end. So that's a little preview on how this whole system works. I hope that you get a chance to play around with the app and submit an issue when you get a chance. Thanks. Bye.